Hey, it's Coach Maria. All right, so check it out. Here is a short and sweet cautionary tale. Years ago, when my daughter was just a teenager, early teens, and I owned my salon, which was 5 minutes away from our house, and we were closed on Sunday and Mondays. So I decided, because I did not want to spend my day off on Monday cleaning my salon, and this was before I was able to hire someone to clean my salon for me on Mondays. So what my daughter and I would do was get up super early on Sunday morning, like 6, 7 o'clock. We would go over to the salon. We would just knock it out together, man. Hour and a half, we'd be back home, have breakfast, get ready for church, right? So one Sunday morning, this is when the whole people wearing pajamas to the store just kind of started happening. So this was early 2000s. That is when I started noticing the PJ thing. Whoops. My dog moved and moved my camera. So, Journey, be still. All right. So we're leaving the house. It's early in the morning. We just go out into the garage, get in the car, drive not even 5 minutes, and then get out, go into the salon and do our thing, right? Well, she comes out of her room in her PJs. I'm like, hey, let's go. She's like, I'm gonna wear this. I'm like, oh no, that's not what we're gonna do. She's like, Mom, we're just going to the salon. Nobody's gonna see me. I'm like, Alicia, you never know what's gonna happen. Just please go put some clothes on, all right? Because we don't leave the house in PJs ever, right? So she did, of course, because she listens to her mother, and I've never seen her leave the house in pajamas since then. It was just a short, sweet lesson learned, and she's never done it. To my knowledge, she's 35 years old now and lives in another state. To my knowledge, she does not leave her house with pajamas on. Another good story is, see, how we represent ourselves out in public is very, very important. And you never know who sees you, who's watching you, who you might encounter at another day, place, time, while you're seeking employment. And they have this vision in their head, not vision, picture in their head of how they once saw you. And it wasn't you presenting yourself in the best positive way, right? So I remember, and I put this story in my book that's soon to come out, Full Circle Confidence. And it's also in the chapter that, in the collaborative book, I have a chapter, and the book is called Sacrificial Victories. Sacrificial Victories. I am chapter 3 in Sacrificial Victories, and you can find that on Amazon. And so this story is in there also. So one day I was off, and I was fixing dinner for my husband and I, and it was a cold, windy day, y'all. It was stupid cold and windy, and I was so happy that I did not have to go to work that day. It was like a Monday, and as a hairdresser, I still didn't work on Mondays, right? And I was like, oh, I'm so glad I don't have to be out in that mess. So I'm fixing dinner, late afternoon, and I needed something from the store. I was like, oh man, I don't want to have to go out in that mess. It was a hot mess. So it was a cold mess. So I had on a cozy black sweatsuit, just cozy, warm, and long sleeve, long pants, the hood, just cozy. I'm around the house. Who cares? And a black sweatsuit is cool outside of the house anyway, right? But I typically wear bright, colorful colors. I love pink, and this is an exception to the rule today. It's cold out, and I just put on something warm because I'm just going to run some errands. But I typically have on light, bright colors, and I have a nice natural makeup on, and I don't overdo it or do a whole lot. And that day, since I had no intention of leaving my house, I didn't put on any makeup or jewelry. I just had on my black sweatsuit, right? And I was like, I need to run to the store and get this one ingredient. I am not going to do the most just to run up the street and grab this one ingredient. And so I just jumped in my car, threw on my tennis shoes and jumped in my car and went to the store. You know, no makeup, no jewelry, black head to toe, just looking, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not vigilant. I was just looking hard. Okay, let's just put it that way. The word will come to me. You probably already know it. I was looking hard. It was before COVID. I would say it was 2018 or 2019. Yeah. And things were there was just, you know, things were just there was a little turmoil in our country, you know. People were not happy. So hop in my car, drive to this store that's just a few minutes away. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, whatever. Let me get in, get out. Hopefully nobody sees me because I look rough. And I go in. Now, this is what I am used to because I always look very well put together and pleasant, and I smile. And so people are very receptive. Hi, how are you today? If I get to the door at the same time as a man, as a gentleman, he'll open the door for me. Thank you. Have a great day. You know, that's me. And I go do my thing. I talk to people in line, you know, and everything. Well, this time I was like, get in, get out. Hope nobody sees me. So I immediately noticed the difference in how people were perceiving me, reacting to me, and just kind of not being so friendly. So in my mind, I said, oh, this could be a good short and sweet social experiment. How does it feel to be treated not so nicely just based on the way you look, your outward appearance? Even though I am a warm, kind, loving person who would never hurt anyone, just based on my appearance, these people assume differently. So I went on ahead, got what I needed. Some people were like, wide berth, because y'all, I'm power walking, okay? I'm 6 feet tall, my legs are long, I'm power walking. They probably thought I was gonna do a snatch and grab. She about to do a snatch and run out the store. So, and it just felt like that is the way people were perceiving me, okay? So what I did was, I was just taking it all in. Like, no one was really speaking to me. People were making a wide berth around me. And, it just felt very awkward. It was very different, a very different experience than what I am used to when I'm out and about, you know, I'm a kind of a quiet social butterfly. I'm not like loud and just talking to everybody, but if someone, you know, approaches me, starts talking to me, hey, you know, I'm going to reciprocate. Okay. So I felt the difference. I saw the difference. I felt the difference, and I paid for the item or two, and I got out of there and I sat in my car and I thought, wow, it was so quick, but so obvious how I was looked at, how I felt about myself. I didn't feel confident at all. Once I got into that store and the way people were, I didn't feel confident at all. I know who I am, okay? It did not mess with me, but I just sensed that my level of confidence just in that moment wasn't where I like it to be, okay? So, and I just thought to myself, you know, this is a rarity for me to leave the house not feeling and looking my best. How does the woman or just the person, male or female, feel if they don't feel like they look their best on a regular basis? How does that chip away at their confidence? How does it chip away at their confidence when they don't have the means to always look their best? Okay, if I experience just that little bit in just a matter of minutes, because I walked fast and I checked out quick and I was, but I noticed, I felt, I saw, okay, I was intentional about, you know, what was happening around me, and the fact that no man held the door from me. They was like, poof, walk through and let the door close on me. Yes. So, how does the woman out there who doesn't have the means to have, you know, nice looking clothes, not expensive clothes, because I don't do that. I am not a high sider, but I make sure I always look nice. My mom made sure we were always clean and dressed appropriate, and our hair was combed before we went anywhere. Okay. So, and that's just the way I've always carried myself, and my sisters and my brother. Okay. So can you imagine someone who just doesn't have the means and how they are treated through life, and how that can make them feel a kind of way or act a certain kind of way? So if you have even the slightest means to always look your best, and I'm not talking about spending money to look your best, because we were 5 kids with a single mom, you know, and she just made it all work financially, but we always looked put together. And I know people who don't have the greatest of means, but they always manage to just look their best with what they do have. Okay? So walking out of the house in your PJs, when you do have a pair of pants and a t-shirt, the pair of pants and a t-shirt would be better. Would be better. Okay? Just do your best. Run the comb and the brush through your hair. Just do something. Wash your face, brush your teeth, put some moisturizer on. If that is your best, then please do it. You want to look and feel as best as you possibly can so that you can present yourself to the world as best as you possibly can, because you never know who is watching, who is looking. You never know how you're going to be perceived. You never know what opportunities might come along while you're out and about and you're being pleasant and you're having good manners. You never know what opportunity might come along, what door might be opened by you showing up as your best. And on the other side, vice versa, not showing up as your best could be closing those doors. There might be someone who just is like, yeah, I need someone to fill this position, but this person who came in their PJs asked if I was hiring, and I just said no, because I can't have that representing my company, right? You just missed out on an opportunity because you didn't at least try to show up as your best. So always show up as your best. Always put your best foot forward. You just never know what doors will open for you, what recommendations you might get. Somebody might just refer you to someone else. You just never, ever know. Always show up as your best. Physically, mentally, all right? Words that come out of your mouth. Yeah, you got to reel that that in. You got to reel that tongue in. Please learn better words. Learn better words. That's all I'm going to say about that. Learn better words. Increase your vocabulary. There you go. Increase your vocabulary. Show up as your best self. You owe it to yourself to show up as your best self. Okay? So that little social experiment that I did when I ran to the store just confirmed to me how you can be treated just based on your outward appearance. And people don't know your heart. They don't know your personality. They don't know your character, but you are judged. And yes, the world does judge you. I don't care what your tattoo says. Can't nobody judge me. Only God can judge me. Yes, the world does judge you. All right? That's all fantasy thinking. It don't work. It don't work. Okay? So, yes, and it will make or break opportunities for you. What comes out of your mouth and how you present yourself will make or break opportunities for you. And it's all about you and your future. So why not show up as your best so that you can have the best for yourself and for your future family or the family that you have now, right? So, hey, that is my talk on showing up as your best. You definitely want to just take some time to figure out what that looks like for you, all right? So that you can tap into the opportunities that are out there for you, because they are out there for you, all right? Blessings. Have a fantastic day. Bye.